Hi again, guys. So I want to talk a little bit about this topic with this drones and FAA and all of that. Apparently now Hollywood has permission by the FAA to use their drones to take videos for cinema, movies, anything of that nature. There's actually, as far as what's been advertised, there is no licensing, there is no anything when it comes to doing that, except the general rules that we've always, the responsible flyers have always abided by, keeping it, staying away from airports, below whatever 400 feet or whatever, all of that. But Hollywood's been basically given permission for a free-for-all, do what you want, take, use them for cinema purposes. So the question is obviously again comes up: how is that? If the FAA is talking about safety, and we've already discussed how everything they're doing has nothing to do with safety, but if it has to do with safety, how can they give a free-for-all for Hollywood to do what they want, and then everyone else has to basically be like, oh no, you can't fly, you can't do this. It's gotten to a stage where people are not flying at all because they just don't even know if they're going to get arrested, if they're going to get fined, if they, who knows what. So it's getting to be actually quite ridiculous, especially in the FPV community. The biggest thing right now that's come out, the latest thing is FPV with the mini drones, the speed, racing, especially through forests and whatever. And the altitudes there are a joke. They're very low. So as far as safety is concerned to FAA and that, it doesn't exist. So these guys are pretty much working underground to make sure nothing happens, that they don't get fined or anything like that. But a lot of people are still carrying on doing what they were doing before. I think they're just a bit more wary. But I think those are the same people that were wary, to start off with. They were flying safe and whatever. I've seen a few people I know that have still done videos with the drones. And I keep using drones as a word because obviously it's something that people understand. Whether it's the correct term or not, I don't really care. I'm going to get people jumping at me saying, oh, you shouldn't call them drones, it's giving us a bad name, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, people are going to call them what they call them. It makes really no difference. I think the important thing is to look at the people that are doing things safely compared to the ones that are not safe. And that's where the issue is. All right. The guys that have been flying it up until now, that have been doing things safely, have obviously know what they're doing. The guys that have caused problems are these ones that basically have no experience, no anything. They buy one of these off the shelf like DJI Phantoms, and I'm not picking on necessarily a DJI Phantom, but it's one of the easy unbox it, plug it in, charge it, fly it type drones, and you have a lot of those, and people take that out and they fly it as if it was the easiest thing in the world. And yes, it made it easier with GPS and all of that, and the fact that it's all pre-built. But there is you still have to learn how to fly it safely. You need the experience to know what to do if things go wrong. You need to know limitations. Okay, everything has its limitations. All right, and we've seen way too many times people with these drones cause problems. And strangely enough, most of the ones I've seen have been things like the DJI Phantom and a few of the clones that look like the DJI Phantom. Because of those are usually the ready to buy off the shelf. They just buy it, take it, fly it, and and crash it most of the time, sometimes causing damage to property or almost hurting people. So that's where the issue is with people that fly in an unsafe manner, and it's making it a problem for everybody. So again, I went a little bit back to that, but the fact that Hollywood can do whatever they want now is just showing that, if the guys got the money to bribe somebody at the FAA, then they get what they want. And yeah, I said bribe, and I suppose it's a huge accusation, so I use it loosely, but how else, like seriously, why, what other possible reason would the FAA have to just allow Hollywood to do what they want and everyone else could be okay? Do you really believe that Hollywood are going to be safer than any of the guys that have been doing it long before these drones have gotten to Hollywood to be used in that manner? Highly doubtful. All right, these drones have been around long before they were capable, and before you had brushless gimbals that were capable of getting the cinema type footage that Hollywood wants right now. So people have been flying these, actually people have been flying these before you even had GPS, before you even had one unit to control the whole thing. They'd use 3 gyros, like you'd have 1 gyro on a helicopter. They'd use 3 gyros together with home-made up boards to control these drones. So the whole thing that they think, oh no, Hollywood's going to be safer, is absolute joke. All right. Anyways, guys, I think the best thing is, I'm not saying don't fly, I'm saying actually fly, but do everything safe. Keep safe, keep flying. As I always say, it's just one of the things I keep saying is keep safe, keep flying. But try and advertise it. Like if somebody comes to you and like, oh no, this is dangerous, educate them, explain things to them. Why is it safe? How, all of that. What kind of precautions are you taking? All right. Obviously, if it's law enforcement and they're telling you, this and that, don't argue with them. There's really no point. Know your rights, though. Obviously, if you're allowed to fly somewhere, they can't really prevent you. FPV is a bit of an issue at the moment because the FAA has deemed it illegal. So if you don't want to go to court over it, then I suggest don't fight. But I think record everything. We don't want to be branded as the guys that are, just out to cause problems. But we have to stand up for our rights. We have to stand up. Otherwise, it's going to destroy the entire hobby. All right, it's already having a bit of an effect there. All right, guys. Again, thanks for watching. You can check us out on JV on our Facebook page. I'm going to put it down below. And obviously, let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Keep safe, keep flying. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.